Hello. If you are wondering why I look crazy right now, it's because I'm about to record the before part of a TikTok. And if you like watching crazy people embarrass themselves on the internet, you should subscribe. Not that crazy, right guys? Okay. My phone fell. Okay, it worked, guys. It worked. It worked. Stressing myself out.
Good morning, everyone. I am ready. I have a banana. I'm in the dining hall. I have like 20 minutes to eat. It's 8:23. My first class is at 9. Today, this video is a day in my life video. This is one of my busiest days, but one of my classes got canceled actually, which is why I was willing to record today, because I'd have more time on camera instead of more time in class. But I'll explain more about that later when I have time to do that, because right now I kind of just gotta rapid fire eat. So I'll be back. Oh my gosh, guys, that banana was the grossest thing ever. I did not finish it. I hate wasting food, but that shit was disgusting. It was so green. You saw, it was so green, but I thought maybe it'd be okay, but no, it needs to still grow. It's that bad. It needs more time in the ground or in the tree. It needed more time on the banana plant. It was way too green. It was disgusting. I was peeling it and it wouldn't even peel. That's how it still needed to fabricate the peel. That's how bad it was. Please let the bananas grow. That was not okay. Hi guys. Okay, I'm out of my 9 a.m. Welcome to the hardest part of my day, which is my transition between my 9 a.m. and my 10 a.m. because my 9 a.m. ends at 9:50 and my 10 a.m. starts at 10 a.m. and they're on the opposite sides of campus. I'm at the far end by the library, and then my class for English, which is my 10 a.m., it's past the student center. So if you know anything about NCAT's campus, it's that those are a 10-minute walk apart, and I have 10 minutes before my English class starts. And holy vlogging anxiety. I hate vlogging in front of people, so this is really awkward right now. Anyways, bye. Okay guys, we're back in the room. I just finished my English class, so my next class is at 3, but that's only because my Design 1 class was canceled today. My days on Mondays and Wednesdays usually look like me having history at 9 a.m., English at 10 a.m., and then I have a 1-hour break, and then I have Design 1 from 12 to 3, and then I have my basic drawing class from 3 to 6. So that's what my Mondays and Wednesdays usually look like, but today I have my Design 1 class canceled, which is why I decided to vlog, because I'd have more screen time. I couldn't fully explain that this morning, although I actually did have time to explain it. I'm going to go into that in a second. But rundown of my morning. I wake up. Rise and shine. I actually woke up at 4 a.m. and could not go back to sleep. I went back to sleep a little bit, maybe 6:30, but then my alarm went off at 6:45, and then I turned it off, and then I went back to sleep, and I woke up fully at 7, because that's why I have the 6:45 alarm, just to get me out of REM. There are levels to me being awake, and defrosting. So yeah, I wake up, boom. While I was laying in my bed from 4:40 a.m. to 6:30 before I was able to somehow fall back asleep, I was just thinking about videos and stuff I wanted to make today, which is why this morning I made a transition video that is on my TikTok that you can go see. I was planning how I was going to do all of this and certain things I wanted to do today in videos and stuff like that, and then I wake all the way up because it's 7 a.m. now. And I gotta start getting ready. And I come over here, I say, oh, I'll make sure that my camera's charging while I'm getting ready. I take my camera up just so I can record me making my TikTok. Maybe that thing was on 1 bar and it died and it said like nothing in the bar while I was almost like when I had started making the TikTok, and I was trying to like finish it up real quick so that I could finish it before my camera died. Then I was like, oh, my camera's dead, bro. Let me check my computer, because I have a bunch of chargers on my desk over here. I have a bunch of chargers on my desk, okay? A few of them are USB-C. My computer needs USB-C. One of them is a shit charger. The other one is a decent charger, right? Because I only have 2 USB-C chargers over here. One of them is shit, and one of them is actually good and charges your things. The shit one goes in and out, so it says it's charging, but then your thing is still using up more battery than it's actually gaining power. And then the other one is good, and with a few hours or like a night, it could get your item to 100%, right? My computer was on the shit charger. I woke up and my computer was on 9%. Mind you, I need my computer for my first 2 classes, okay? So that's 2 hours straight of needing my computer. And that shit was on 9%. So while my camera was charging this morning while I was getting ready and putting on my clothes and doing my makeup and my hair, my computer was also charging while I did that. And when I left my room, my computer was on 40%. I'm probably not gonna need it for my other classes, well, for my one more class, but in case I do, maybe it's charging. And then I was behind schedule. I've never fully been on the schedule I want to be on though, like when it comes to how I move in the morning, because I want to always leave my room at 8. I always end up leaving at 8:10, but that's okay because like I have enough time. My class starts at 9, and I'm just trying to give myself time to like relax and eat so that I don't rush to eat when I'm in the cab and then like make my stomach hurt, okay? Because I have to eat before because I have ADHD and I have medication for said ADHD so I can be productive and alert, you know? And I have to eat before I take it, otherwise I will not eat for the rest of the day, you know? So I always prioritize breakfast. Breakfast is really important to me if I'm going to take my medication, you know? So I always prioritize breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, as people say. It's definitely my most important meal of the day. So I'm going to breakfast. I get there because Williams is relatively close. My dorms are like center of campus, so I have easy access to everything, honestly. So Williams is like 5-minute walk. Okay, 5-minute walk. I get to Williams 8:15. I get there, I walk up, I immediately order an omelet. The omelet takes 20 to 25 minutes. I did not start eating my omelet, like have it in my hands, until 8:40. Now, I don't know how bad the line was because I wasn't paying attention to the papers when I ordered my omelet, but man, I was sitting there forever. And I grabbed that banana, and that banana was the most disgusting thing I'd ever laid into my mouth. And that was like so atrocious. Because why do they only have green bananas? Why are none of them yellow? Why are none of them like at the proper ripening stage? Like, you gave me baby bananas that are hard, that you can't even peel back for real, and you expect me to eat that? That's like a brick, a sour brick, and it's so gross. So gross. You need the yellow bananas that have maybe a few brown dots on them, because those are the ones that are actually sweet, baby girl. But instead, no, you give me the ones that are fresh off the rack and probably needed to be in the ground for a little bit longer, honey. I'm just saying. But I went to my classes. History was fun. My history teacher is a freaking hoot, bro. He is such a hoot. He is such a hoot. And I was being IT in history because people didn't know how to share it, or the site was being weird, or the template was doing weird stuff, which when I was trying to get the template and stuff, baby, that site was real iffy. It was real interesting. But I did it. I figured it out because I'm relatively tech savvy. I like to, if I don't toot my own horn, I'm relatively tech savvy. So I was able to figure it out, but I felt like I was moving slow when I was figuring it out. And he was trying to say like, oh, share with your people now so that everybody can do stuff, because we're doing this in class. I was like, oh my gosh. But I figured it out, and then there were other people who were having issues. And then he was like, who knows how to share it? And then I said, there's a button over and then he was like, just come show him. I was like, okay. And then I showed this one student, this one guy in my class, how to do it. And then when anyone else had a tech question, he asked me if I could come help, and I came and helped. Anyways, that's my vent session for now. I was gonna spend my time, what time is it? It's 11:16. My next class isn't until 3, like I said. I was gonna spend this time doing like my sociology homework, maybe
recording a few videos and drafting them so I can post them later and stuff like that. But my computer needs to charge. So I need to do all of this stuff, but I need my computer to do all of this stuff. So I'm probably gonna doom scroll for like 20 minutes and then come back to my computer hopefully at 50 to 70%. And then I'm gonna do my work and I'll hit y'all back up. Hey guys, I finished all of my classes and now I'm gonna just go eat with my friends and stuff. My hair's a little messed up right now, but like it's whatever. I got back from eating with my friends legit 2 hours ago. I've been so locked in. Oh my gosh, I hadn't even realized. I haven't checked the time since I came back. Because, okay, basically in art class today, we were going through notes and there was one point in the notes where, let me pull out my notes. My notes from art look so pretty. Can I also just say, like, look at that. That is just so pretty. We were told to scribble. I would just like to emphasize, that's why it says scribble. Scribble, draw right here, scribble art right there. But we were told to draw an expressive drawing, like a quick small one for like 2 seconds. It was probably like 5 minutes it took, and I drew that. Can you see it? I drew that because I was having a mini panic attack about something earlier. I'm not gonna go into it. It was low-key a non-issue, maybe. I don't fully know, but it feels like a non-issue right now. But I was having a panic attack about it. So when I went to art class, I was feeling a lot of anxiety. And I feel weird when I'm in class and like we're all talking about our opinions about art, and sometimes I feel like I shouldn't say my opinion on it because people aren't seeing it the same way, and then somebody says what I was thinking and I was like, dang, I should have raised my hand first. The downfall of an artist is being afraid of showing your art. I'm afraid of showing my art, like explaining it, and then it's like, oh, mine sounded similar to what somebody else did, or mine's like really bad or something. I don't know, but anxiety. I felt a lot of anxiety today when I was in that class. And so when we were told to draw an expressive drawing, which is a drawing that expresses ideas and emotions that are not visible or tangible, I drew that, my version of a panic attack. That's what I think panic attacks are for me, where it's like, it's almost like your head is vibrating. It's like you're conscious, but it's like you're outside of yourself too. So like whenever you see like a dizzying scene in like a TV show, that's what I think of whenever I'm having a panic attack specifically. And then sometimes I want to like stop listening to things because I get overstimulated, So basically that's my embodiment of a panic attack / overstimulation. And I got back to my room and I was like, I want to actually like draw that, because I kept staring at it in class and I was like, I think I did well, but I also feel like there are areas where I could have made this look cooler. And so when I got back to my room, I did that. Now, one thing about me is when it comes to all the things in my sketchbook, only 2 of them, that's not true. Most of them have reference photos. A few of them don't, but that's because I used multiple reference photos to make one big picture. So that's different. But only 2 of them are true free draws where I had no reference, and this was one of them. Not this tiny thing. I made a bigger version of it with color. You should be surprised that I used color. I know I don't talk about my art or like show my sketchbook that much on my channel, but we should be surprised that I use color, because I love to keep something monochrome with my pencil because I'm always afraid that color will ruin it. But I kind of wanted to add color to this, and color low-key ruined it, but I think I would try to draw this again. Let me sign it before I show it to the world so that it is mine and mine alone. This is my art. I do this. It's supposed to be kind of like, you see the multiple heads? It's still the multiple heads where you're like being suffocated, but then it's like you're spiraling, you're going into your own abyss, and then you're like drowning in the panic. And that's what I drew. That's why I was like, oh wow, it's been 2 hours, because it's 9:32. I got in my room at 7:44. I turned on my music because my headphones were on when I came in, but so I didn't turn on my music. My music was already playing. I took off my shoes, I came over here, I grabbed my sketchbook, and I just started drawing. That was flow state, okay? I was not aware of time passing. That was flow state, okay? My playlist stopped, and then I had to
restart the playlist because it had stopped. That's how locked in I was. But yeah, that's some creative expression for you. My day was pretty normal. I talked about most of the stuff that happened in my day earlier when I had my like 5-hour break. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all this. I'm kind of proud of it. It's kind of cool, low key. I think I would try again because I feel like there are aspects of it that are like not wrong, but could be better. So I would try this again, but this is my art, my idea. I never seen anything like this. This came out of my noggin and was put onto the page. Cause I'm just a goat. If you breed confidence into yourself, maybe one day you'll actually have it, you know? Damn, that's depressing. Guys, I promise I'm okay. And I drew a sad drawing. I promise I'm okay. Relatively.